Okay, the third type of loop is called the for loop. I like it better for a number of reasons. So the for loop format is like this. You say what the starting value of your counter is. You say what is the ending value of your counter is. And then you decide how much you want to increment or decrement your counter. Okay, it is all set up front before we start anything else. Whereas in this while and do while, the counter check is separate from the counter increment. So if, for example, if you forget to do this, you are going to go into an infinite loop, or you may not execute anything at all. Like for example, if you have a situation where you say counter greater than 5 and the counter never got incremented, it is never going to execute. If you have the count, this one is not there in the way that currently the code is written, you are going to keep spinning the loop infinitely because there is no way to increment the counter. We don't have that code. So those kind of surprises are not typical when you have like a for loop. The for loop, the first statement says all of the things we need to set up the number of loops. So you start at 0, you go up to 5, or you go up to less than 5, and then you increment by 1. Okay, so that is a big advantage. And then the code is similar. There's nothing crazy about that, and that's the reason why I like the for loop much better than the other two loops. Looking at all of these loops, I just want to make a point that if for some reason you have to count by 2's, you can say count plus equal to 2. Okay, the counter can be used in multiple ways. It doesn't have to be the number of times you repeat something. It can also be used for other reason. Depends on like what your situation is. Okay, so you can decrement a counter. You can start at 10 and you can say keep going like that. So that is okay too. It depends on the situation that you are handling. Okay, same thing here also. You can say counter equal to counter plus 2 plus equal to 2. So remember to use the combination assignment operations that we talked about whenever you use the counter. So if you want to do like a counter plus equal to 2, that means it's going to increment the counter by 2. If you want counter minus equal to 2, it's going to decrement the counter by 2. So standard, if you want like a certain number of times something to be performed, we are going to be incrementing it by 1. So we use the plus increment operator.